welcome to another reaction review video with me, Nina Schofield, for what is quite possibly my most ever requested video. I cannot count the number of times I have had this requested. It has just gone crazy on my channel with people asking for this video, so I had to do it. So this is of course Melodrama by Lorde, and this is going to be a 2019 look at a 2017 album, so it's going to be interesting to see how the production stands the test of time. Even in 2 years, a lot can change in terms of production and how the music is influenced even. So let's see what it's like. Let's do it.
I do my makeup in somebody else's car.
I love that pushed piano. And this is where it really starts to develop. I find it really interesting that at this point we get more into kind of a dance feel, and that piano that was just those big chords has turned into this more disco kind of a dun 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 dun, which I really like. Interesting how she goes down and then up the octave to finish the melody. I love this chorus. The big claps. There's a huge string part in this as well, which I absolutely think is blinding. It just really brings this chorus together. Can you hear that kind of that's building up along with our fall to the floor kick drum and the layers of vocals? Beautiful harmonies. I'm waiting for it. Great fill into this section. Big swishing, swirling kind of movements in the background. And now that synth is super heavy and a little distorted as well. Quite distorted actually. Yeah, ending on those vocals with the big delay and the big reverb. I think it was it Max Martin who said that this song was written incorrectly for the proper pop equation that he's kind of cracked, which I find really interesting because when I first heard Greenlight I fell in love with it. Like, what is this song? Just because of those gorgeous vocals and the way it kind of explodes in the chorus. Like, it's such a feel-good song, and I find it really interesting that Max kind of said, no, but that song is not the correct formula for a hit single. I disagree. I think that song shows you that you don't have to follow a certain structure or certain set of rules to have a fantastic song and a hit song and a well-written song. Sometimes I guess you can get too stuck in formula and stuff like that, but yeah, she's just writing because she wants to. It's like a crying vocal. There's this little hey. This is where we're building up. And that full ta-ja rush, that's really gorgeous. When we've had this sort of constant build, it's nice to have this break in the melody that just draws us in again.
But what will we do when we're sober?
There's the vocals and that little bass. Awesome. Trumpets. So many vocals. Guys. I love that. Heavy reverbs. Big heavy hit on that trumpet and then a pullback. I feel like this song is kind of saying, when people are looking in on people having fun, being in the moment. And now we've got this proper drum beat. Nice space. You can hear all of the layers. How kind of bizarre they are, but how they work as a layer underneath in the song. If it was just that, you'd kind of be like, what is going on? But they work within the bigger picture. Next is Homemade Dynamite.
A couple rebel Top Gun pilots.
So a little bit of more of a different entry for this song. It's like an understated chorus. And there are these breaks. big chords, but there's also a little bit of percussion. You hear all these little touches, these little special touches that are in this record. I love that. Well, I love that, the way that falls.
You know it's really gonna blow.
There's a spacey feel to this. It's got a beat to it, but it also feels a bit like wishy-washy. Such a huge reverb there. Next up is the Louvre. The Louvre. Louvre. Is that how you say it? Electric guitar.
Underneath her tongue, our days and nights, I am your sweetheart.
Ooh, that bass.
Psychopathic for a minute.
Can you hear the...
Hit the ones and play my dance. You dance to it.
So cool. It's like you're walking into a club. You can hear it on the outside and then you're walking in. It's so intense and epic. And again, it doesn't follow any rules, this song. It just goes where it goes, and you don't see any of it coming. I guarantee when you listen to this the first time, you don't see that it's going to have all these incredible changes and this richness, but also this kind of muted feel to it. It just doesn't follow any rules. So we've still got that guitar in. It gives it a slightly grungy feel. I love that. I love that because, you know, who cares if we're in the back of one of the greatest art exhibitions? Doesn't matter, we're still there. Still there, baby. This has a more kind of 80s feel to it now. We have a piano layer as well. All those vocals. And this is where we're going, to this kind of, again, sort of, makes me want to do this. It's this sort of anti-release song. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't give you that massive release like Greenlight does. It's more of a statement, of a capturing of a moment. Really cool production and really great vocal delivery. I love this song. Beautiful piano. Sometimes that's all you need.
Baby really hurt me into the arms of the girl that I love. The only love I have.
Quite a dry vocal.
But she's a forest fire.
With Lorde, her vocal doesn't sound like it has any auto-tune on it. I don't know if she agrees with auto-tune or has it or not. I don't care either way, to be honest with you, because I just think that the record sounds great, but her vocal doesn't need it, essentially, is what I'm saying. It just has this like crazy richness to it that I feel like it could get stifled with too many effects on it. This vocal in this song just kind of shows that off.
Your reliability.
Very delicate, not almost playful in this bit.
I am a toy that people enjoy till all of the tricks don't.
She's so close to the mic that line, people enjoy, you can hear the plosive sound, so sometimes when you are too close to a mic, this can happen, and that's why we have pop shields. Do I have my pop shield around here? These things. P and S sounds are kind of limited through these things. Yeah, they're a really cool tool. It looks a bit like a tennis racket, I feel, the way that I'm holding it. They're a really cool tool when you're recording to stop those sounds, but it's almost like she's so close to the mic. Ain't nothing gonna stop that. The piano itself has a lovely fragile quality to it.
Watch me disappear.
Great, interesting vocal delivery. There's so many different parts of Lorde's voice, you know? This is hard feelings. Oh, loveless. Don't know which way. Nice strings. Ooh. Ooh. Very gentle little claps. Like cricket claps. I really like that. Electric guitar. Distorted, shouted vocals. So many layers. Don't you think that Lorde just kind of builds these layers like in a crazy way?
Feelings. These are what they call high.
And then we're into this kind of second half, which is totally different. And there's a sample, the thing doing the whoo 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 will just be one note or one kind of verbalized note that was sampled whoo, and then they've turned it into the whole keyboard. Like every single part of the keyboard that they're playing this on will have that sound, but to its own note. And that's how you sample something. Distorted vocals, like she's in a fishbowl. Piano as well. All the kind of high areas of the keys. Big diminuendo into our ending. Fade out. Okay, and then next up is sober 2. Strings, straight away, strings. Beautiful strings, what an arrangement. Piano vocal. Melodrama.
As the evening passes, cleaning up the champagne glass.
Listen to those layers. Again, our drum beat. Just in the background. Can you hear those? Whoa. All the different layers again of the vocals that are very subtly placed into the song and almost don't sound like vocals. Whoa. Can you hear all the little sprinkles of glitter we've got? This is our added percussion. Childlike vocal delivery. And so many of them. Another fade out. Big fan of the fade outs, this lady.
You're walking out to be a good
Shallow
man for
reverb.
someone else. Bet you rue the day you kissed a rider in the dark.
I love that sometimes Lorde just uses a single note on the keys. Bum, bum. Just a single note. I'd be too afraid to do that. I'm always like, the whole band is playing, the whole band, everything has to be done just by the keys.
Now she's gonna play and sing.
And then we're moving up into this other octave.
I am my mother's child. I love you.
Kate Bush, hello.
Breathing stops.
There's a cry in her vocal as well.
Kissed a rider in the dark.
I like the concept of this song as well because for a songwriter, everyone and everything is inspiration. So she's kind of saying like, I bet you wish you didn't kiss me because now you're going to be in one of my songs. Very slidey melody. Heavy. And then drops out with these lovely string lines. And it's following the melody as well of that chorus that I love. Oh. Beautiful, listen to the cellos in there. Love that. Here we go with Supercut.
In my head,
Nice to start with the
I
vocal.
play a supercut of us.
And we've got this. Dun, dun, dun. It's kind of like Green Light in the way that it's building.
There's just a supercut of us.
Really nice snare. Dun, 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 dun. Very Lorde. Can you hear how with these call and response vocals we've got the very echoey delay reverb, heavily reverbed one, and then the one that's more up front, so it's like in my head, da 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 da.
Supercut of us. Supercut of us.
I love that. It's just a supercut of us. Little space. Supercut of us. So simple. Drop down. This is like her demo vocal. You know, sometimes when you're writing a song, you have just a normal, like SM58 or whatever, not the proper recording mics, when you're just laying down the first vocal. This kind of reminds me of that kind of sound that you get when you do that. Very nice layers. And there's almost a magic in this. You can hear the really muted vocal. And all the elements are kind of dying away. It feels like the end of an era, even though it's only the end of a song. That's the kind of song that I would listen to with headphones in, just in my own world. Even if you didn't feel like that before, you would go into your own world in listening to that song for sure.
I'm a liability. I'm a
Little vocoder.
liability. No.
Oh, her chest voices are
What you
amazing.
gonna do?
That sounds like
that we harbor.
that snare sound sounds like a kind of click sound that you have when you're recording. Da-da-da, very gentle organ sounds in the background.
What you thought you were.
You don't come across female vocalists who can sing that low very often. And then here we mix the two together, having the higher octave and that super low one. Lovely delay and reverb. Kind of a weird sort of contrast with that pop, dum pop, and these big heavy reverbs on the vocals. Perfect Places, the last song, has more of a pop feel to it, but still got that theme of having the higher vocal and the low vocal layered upon each other straight away.
I'm 19 and I'm on fire.
Love that. I'm 19 and I'm on fire. So catchy. Big delay on that snare. Let's just bow down to that very cool and short interlude.
Perfect places.
That chord change and that synth.
Let's kiss and then
And can you hear the dun 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 dun? That's followed by that piano. There's single notes on the piano. And our pattern now has developed into 16ths. And now you can really hear that.
what the fuck are perfect places anyway?
Super nice to end with that piano, which has been such a constant during that record. What the hell are Perfect Places anyway? Wow, what an album. It's so full of just magic and crazy little details that just take forever to unpick. I mean, I could listen to that 50 times and hear new things every single time. And yeah, it's just crazy how much she's fit into this record. You know, the strings, the guitar, the way the songs are developed. So yeah, the instrumentation plus the structure of the songs plus the content lyrically, how she kind of manages to capture certain moments in time in her songs. And yeah, it's just overall a really incredible record. So I know you guys love it, but let me know what your favourite tracks are in the comments box below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, please do hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications to see my future videos. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Nina_Schofield, and I will see you guys very soon. Love you so much. Bye 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 bye.